I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. The older I get, the more I understand people like Kobe Bryant, and the most important thing that I understand about Kobe, and this is no knock to LeBron, but the thing that made them different is Kobe was determined to be a champion, and he was willing to sacrifice anything he had to get to that dream. Whatever he had to sacrifice, whatever he had to do, he was gonna be that to be cha- a champion. He was gonna do that to become the greatest because that's how bad he wanted it. And to me, as great as LeBron is, that's one of the things he misses. And that's the mentality I've taken when it came to me being focused on my spiritual journey. It's like, this is what I'm meant to do, this is what I'm focused on. And whatever I have to do to learn, to grow, to become a success in life with my spiritual belief is what I'm determined to do. And that's how I approach my relationships in life with my friends, and that's how I approach my life. It's just about being determined, being focused on what you know you want to do, and not letting anything stop you. And whatever you have to go through, whatever you have to admit, whatever you have to grow from to make your life work and make what you want to be a success work, you're gonna be willing to go through. You're gonna be willing to admit. You're gonna be willing to do. And that's what separates a regular champion from what I call a super champion or mumble mentality. Kobe knew everything he had to sacrifice to become a basketball success. And he put himself through a lot. He missed a lot. He sacrificed a lot. But he knew in the ultimate days that would make him become a champion. And to me, that's my one knock against LeBron. He would give up or he would stop, where Kobe would push through and be willing to make that extra pass or that extra sacrifice. In his older years, LeBron is willing to step back or not go as hard. And that's the difference. That's why he isn't as great a player as he could be, because he's just not willing to put that last little bit of effort in. Not saying that he doesn't care about being a champion, but an ultimate champion has a coldness. He has an edge, like I can't explain it. But every great champion knows what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm willing to understand, and that's what I'm willing to do. For whatever I want, I'm willing to go through that work, that last moment, that last push. I'm willing to do whatever I gotta do to become a success. And that's the mentality you have to have when you want to be successful in friendship, successful in life, and successful in any relationship you want to have. Sometimes you have to be willing to go through some things and work through some things to make a success. Every success ain't gonna come through easy. Some things you have to be willing to fight through, willing to understand, and willing to grow with. And that's just a part of life as I understand it. But that's just my opinion of what made Kobe a champion and what's gonna make me a champion in life, and why LeBron isn't as great and may not become a champion all the way through. But that's just my opinion though, from my personal spiritual experience. And one of the things I pick up from Kobe that I carry with me every day, now that I understand it and determine in my own way, you just have to be determined to make it. Certain things you're gonna have to change, certain things you're gonna have to grow, certain things you're gonna have to adjust to, and that's just part of life. But if you really focused and you really willing to make it, you're gonna be willing to do whatever you have to do to make it. And those of us that are will become champions of our own lives. And those of us that aren't will always kind of be good, but will never be great. And I want to be great, so I'm willing to do whatever I have to do. However, I have to alter my life to make something work. That's what I'm willing to do, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion on Kobe's mentality and my mentality in life as I get older. Now I understand him. I didn't when I was younger, but now I get it. And I'm under the same mentality to make my life work, to make my career work, to make my spiritual work. Whatever I have to alter, change, and grow within myself to make sure I become a success, that's what I'm going to do. Because that's how bad I want it. That's what it all comes down to. How bad do you want to be a champion? How bad do you want to be a success at what you do? What are you willing to alter and change within yourself to make sure that change happens, that you need to get to that level to become that person? How bad do you want to be a success at your life? In my opinion. But that's just my opinion from my personal spiritual experience, though.